Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is the Mindset Mentor podcast with Anusong. I am your host. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. Okay, so today we are going to, talk on a subject I like to call release the older, lesser version of yourself and grow into your greatness. Now, it's important for you to understand that the life you live is your life, and nobody is responsible for your life. You have the greatest responsibility to change your life to what you want it to be. Now, I see situations where people do the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result. Now, if you must release the older, lesser version of yourself and grow into your greatness, you want to take certain steps to begin to grow. Now, you have to work on the way you think, your utterances, and of course, the state of your mind. It's even in the Word of God. It says that be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's important for you to understand that if you continue thinking the same way you have been thinking in the last 10 years that have left you stagnated in that place where you are, nothing is going to change until you begin to change the way you think and change the way you talk and work on the energy that you are attracting to yourself. I have said this over and over again, and I made a video talking about what we attract. Of course, the things we attract into ourselves. Most time we do not understand that, a spoken word carries an energy. That energy, what you say is what you bring close to yourself as an individual. So for you today, what is it that you are doing to change the circumstances that you are? Of course, anybody who is not liking where they are, they want to change. Is there anything you are doing? First of all, you want to begin to find a way to develop yourself. I always talk about personal development because that is what I do to release the older, lesser version of yourself. You want to do 3 or 4 things I'm going to bring here to you. Now, the first one is going to be fear. A lot of people are really afraid of making certain changes in their life because they are comfortable with where they are. They are not ready to see what is on the other side of life because they are not ready to face the challenges that comes with change. Now, you know something about fear. Fear is only going to do one thing to you, hold you back and hold you down. A lot of us are too afraid of change. Like I said earlier, sorry, we are too afraid of change because we are not ready to face the challenge of change. Change comes with a lot of challenges. We have to begin to relearn certain things and, get to make several changes in our lives, our thought process, people around us. Because if you want to really, really be successful and reach your goals in life, you want to work with people who are determined to help you get there, not people who will live their own dreams to run with your own dreams. I talked about cluster groups where people have the same, vision in life, people who have experienced it and have a way of keeping you under their tutelage and helping you grow in that regard. So fear is something that is going to hold you down and not let you move. Now, if you're in a place where you are not happy, you feel you are not fulfilled in life, you feel as though you have greater potential, okay, to do big things and you are stuck in that place. You want to move out of that place. Sometimes if you do not try it, you will never know it. When I talk about being an entrepreneur in Nigeria where you have to do everything for yourself, it's very difficult to get, things like soft loan to run a business. I remember like a few years back when I wanted to start up a school, I I couldn't get any money anywhere, but I had to use the little I had. And for the salaries of my staff, I had to sell my car. As at the time, I had just one car I was using. I had to sell it so I could keep bulk money to begin to pay salaries. And you know what I did? I was using transport, okay, to go to places. Now, the fear of not being able to take care of my staff may have put me down because I had sufficient money to start up the school, but I didn't have enough to take care of my staff for the next 1 year. I was afraid. I didn't know what to do. At that point, I realized that I had a Toyota car. It was just one car I had at the time, and I could sell it. It could earn me 2.5 million. You know what I did? I had to sell that car. Regardless of the fact that there was no other car for me to use, I started using public transport, or rather taxis to wherever I was going. I didn't have a car for up to 7 months, then after which I bought myself a new car. Now, circumstances like this may want to deter you. You know, when you begin to think of the change, of course, the challenge of change. Now, selling my car, I had to face the challenge of change, okay? I had to change that situation because there was this determination in me. I really wanted to go into the education sector, and I needed money, and the money was not there. So it is the same thing people call comfort zone. Like my comfort zone there was having mobility. Of course, you do know that living in Abuja, if you are not mobile, is very, very difficult. But I had to face that challenge of change. The reason why a lot of people are not moving forward in life is because they are afraid of facing the challenge of change. Now, and if you want to move forward in life, you want to begin to monitor the way you think, the things you think about, your utterances and all of that, and make drastic changes in your life. There are a lot of us who have so many things that could put us out there. We are not ready to sacrifice anyone for what we want out of life. So for me, that was my own challenge of change, okay? Now, there is something that is called the fear of failure. I have a book I love so much is I call that book Failing Forward. That is one of the best books I have read in my life by John Maxwell. If you go to Amazon, I'm sure you would see that book. It's called Failing Forward. It's important for you to look at failure as an attempt to, make headway. A lot of us take failure too personal, and by so doing, we stop attempting things, actions that will propel us to our place of greatness. Now, we don't want to fail. Now, if you are not ready to fail, how are you going to learn? A lot of people are teaching us, like when you talk about most of the motivational speakers that we work with, like me, my favorite is Les Brown. Les Brown uses his own personal case study to teach you things that you need to know about life. And so if you refuse, if you do not want to fail, then it therefore means that you're not ready to grow. You want to do good in life, you should never be afraid of, failing. If you fail, you learn from it. Then there's something called procrastination. A lot of us have this horrible attitude of procrastinating. You have something that you should do and get it done with. You wait till the end of the day tomorrow, and there are a lot of people who are so or procrastination, okay? And if you're this kind of person, you should not be surprised why your life is in a merry-go-round situation. If you have something you want to do, go ahead and do it. You want to a lot of people, because they procrastinate a lot, they overanalyze every situation. There's something that is called analysis paralysis. It's what people do. Now, if you fall under the category of people who procrastinate a lot, you find out that you would be stagnated. You will not be making headway in your life. Now, if that is the kind of person you are, you want to make certain changes. Like I started this video, I said that it is not even possible for you to do the same thing over and over again and have a different result. You own yourself. You know what you want out of life. You want to get up, head on, and begin to do those things that will bring you to where you want to be. Then there is people pleasing. We live in a world. Okay, let me repeat that. People pleasing. Okay? We live in a world where a lot of people look you in the face and they think they know you better than you know yourself. And they think that they have the authority to tell you what to do and what not to do. Now, I'm not talking about good counsel that comes from mentors and all of that. I'm talking about those passerbys and, those people who think that they can control your life and tell you what to do or what not to do. Now, if you fall under the category of people who are always trying to please other people because they want people to validate them, you might be stagnated for a very long time because there is nothing you can do in this world that can please people. No matter how much you sacrifice, people will tell you you have not done well enough. So if you want to tie your success, you want to tie the attainment of your goals, you want to tie everything to one person that you want to please in this world, you might never make headway in life. You want to go head on and do the things that you know is in your best interest, and take up challenges and do those things, that do big things in life, because we were all created to do big things in life. So you have no business wanting to please everybody in the world at your own expense. Yes, because like I said, there's nothing you will do that will be enough. Nothing will suffice in this world. Then the next point I'm going to bring here is, of course, identifying your values, your passion, your goals, and all of that. Now, the truth remains that if you are a person that have a goal that you want to achieve in this world, and you have been able to identify what your true values are, you're going to hold forth until a day when that happens, because you're going to go all out for it, and do everything that is within your power to upgrade yourself. Look, like computers and softwares and all of that, you do know that if you have a laptop today, in the next 1 year they might likely tell you to bring it so it will be upgraded. A lot of people do not know that the same way you upgrade some of these appliances, some of what we use, is the same way you upgrade yourself as a person. You come across people who are still thinking in this age and time, the world is in a fast pace, but you come across people who are still thinking as though the way people were thinking 30 years ago. Now, you have no business staying in the same place when the world is moving. If the world is moving so fast and you decided that you want to stay in the same place, there is a problem with that, because the results you will be getting will be absolute, just like you, okay? And you will never be happy with that result. You want to upgrade yourself. I talk about personal development a lot because for me, that is one of the greatest things anybody can, do for themselves. And I advocate that people should grow themselves, okay? If you think well of yourself and you value yourself, you want to do everything that is within your power to grow. Yes, you heard me right. You want to do everything that is within your power to grow. You cannot be thinking the way you were thinking 30 years ago, and you cannot hang around people who think the way people were thinking 30 years ago. And so these are the ways you can, release the older, lesser version of yourself and become a very new person. That person that you appreciate, you love, and you admire. Okay? Now, if you are able to do all of these things, you grow your confidence and you will be a great human being. Thank you so much for hanging around here. I appreciate you so much. If you like our videos, consider subscribing to the channel and do not forget to turn on the notification bell.